I've got a haul to show. These are the things that I picked up on the last nostril cam video, the Crafty shopping. I went to several places, picked up a few things, and I'm just now getting around to showing you what I got. Let's see. I kept my receipts so I would remember where I went and what I got where. Oh yes, okay. I went to Marshall's. I picked up a few things, but I can't show you those because they're for Victor. So they are in the box that's almost ready to go to him. And same with Joann's. They had their Tim Holtz stuff 50% off. So actually I think it was embellishments, all of their embellishments, which included the Tim Holtz stuff. So I picked up several things for him, and for me, I did get a couple things. I got some more of these binder ring doodollies, because I've used those on occasion. They come in handy. And some small, these binder rings, that kind. I didn't have any in the small size. So, got those at Joann's. And then where did I go? I went to Jerry's Artorama. And I picked up some stuff. Okay, I was talking to the guy. We were having this long conversation about Prismacolor pencils. And he gave me this is a Soho Urban Artist pencil. And Soho is Jerry's brand. That's their own line of stuff. And he gave me this one to try. He said it's not, you know, a soft pencil like Prismacolor, but, you know, give it a try because they're a whole lot cheaper. So, I got it. I tried it. I don't like it. I mean, I guess it's fine for a, you know, colored pencil. I'm just so used to the Prismacolor. This to me is like trying to color with a Ticonderoga. It's just kind of gritty feeling. And yeah, it doesn't make me happy. Because, you know, a Prismacolor, here's a similarly colored Prismacolor, and it is just all kinds of soft and blendy. This makes me happy. Much more vibrant. Yeah, this is an okay pencil. If you don't use Prismacolor, you just use a regular hard lead color pencil. I think this would be fine, this Soho brand, but it's definitely not a substitute for Prismacolor. So, there you go. There's that. And I got some more artist tape, because I use this a lot in my journals to, you know, tape the seams and also to tape the edges of the previous page so that when I'm working on a spread, the ink won't seep around the edges. And while I was talking to the guy at Jerry's, he's the store manager, and, you know, he was just talked. And he was telling me about these Matisse paints. And he was talking about them and you know, how comparable they are to this and that, but they're cheaper. And I was like, okay, yeah, but they're expensive. I've looked at them, I've priced them. They're an artist grade paint, you know, they're not craft paint, obviously, but they tend to be pricey. And he said, well, you know, they're on sale frequently, and they happened to be on sale when I was there. And the more he talked, the more I just thought, all right, fine, I'll try them. It's not something I would buy regularly because I don't buy artist paints regularly unless they're on a clearance rack. But it didn't hurt to try. So, these are this is similar to Golden's fluid acrylic. And I love these colors. I'll have to put them on where's that piece of paper? Okay, squeezed out a little bit of each. Got a paintbrush, and well, they feel very nice. This is a really rough brush, so yeah, I kind of like that. Ooh, that one is really, really pretty. Okay, Look at these, yeah. Okay, these are great. If you buy artist grade paint, you know, Golden, Liquitex, whatever. These seem very comparable. They were, let me find out how much they costed. You know, they have different stage 1, stage 2, not stage, that's not right. What is it? Series. Series 1, Series 2, Series 3, Series 4, and the prices are different for the colors in that series. So this one is, okay, the Ocean, Southern Ocean Blue is a Series 2, regularly, or manufacturer suggested retail price $13.05. And this one I got for $4.75. So that's not bad. And it's a good 2.5 fluid ounce for $4.75. So not too bad. This one is Australian Sienna. And it is a Series 3. Regular price for it is $18.25. And I got it for $6.15. So 4 something and 6 something for artist grade paint in that 2.5 ounce is really not bad at all if you buy that sort of thing. I still prefer, you know, the 59 cents craft paint at Walmart. That's just me. Okay, there you go. There's that. Also at Jerry's, I picked up another watercolor pad. I was really excited to find this because I don't often find an abundance of hot press watercolor paper in the stores. It's out there, you can order it, but most of what they have in the art supply stores and craft stores are usually cold press, which is fine. You know, it's what I normally use because it's what's normally available. And hot press sometimes tends to be a little more expensive, but I prefer it. The reason I prefer it is because it is smooth. It still has, you know, a little bit of texture to it, but not nearly as much as cold press watercolor paper. So, and this weight is my favorite. It is 140 pound, yeah, 140 pound hot press watercolor paper, Fabriano, and there's 50 sheets in here, and I think I paid $28. $28.57 for 50 sheets is not bad at all, especially for hot press paper. So, and my intention is these are going to be book pages mainly. So, I restocked my supply of that. And then I'm getting bored with my drop papers that I use on my work area, you know, because I have a whole bunch of, I've been using these manila papers and some paper sacks and brown craft paper. I wanted something different, so I got a container or a package of finger paint paper, and this was like $8, $8.50, and it is just, you know, in the kids department, finger paint paper. And it is coated. It's very slick. It is really a lot like palette paper. So you can use finger paint paper the same as palette paper, but it costs like half as much. So if you use palette paper, just go over to the kids aisle and buy finger paint paper instead, because it's about the same thing. It's slick. It is non-absorbent. Doesn't bleed through. You know, you can use it the same. And these are, you know, big sheets for $8. What are the measurements? 16 by 22. So I'm going to use these for my drop papers, because my drop papers all become background papers. So I like to have a variety of different papers to make those out of. Alrighty, I think that is all for Jerry's. Next we have Hobby Lobby. Picked up a lot of stuff I didn't need, and I don't know why I got it, but I did. Oh well. I finally, and these were not on sale, which is kind of odd, but I picked up one of these white pit pens, which I've been wanting. I've been seeing for quite a while, and I just haven't picked one up, so I grabbed one. I'm excited to see what kind of funness I can do with that. And let's see, oh, they had this on the clearance aisle for $1.39, so I grabbed it. And all it is liquid Sculpey clay. Well, it's Donna Cato's brand, so, you know, she doesn't call it Sculpey, she calls it liquid poly clay. But it is just polymer clay in a liquid form. And I was just thinking that might be kind of a cool thing to use on some mixed media, you know, on like a canvas or something, because you have to bake it to set it, but you can bake it at a low temp. But I'm thinking, I don't know, I'm going to do something with that. I don't know what. It was $1. How could I not buy it? One of those things. I picked up another one of these gummy eraser things because I need it. And I picked these up because I just did. And because I've been mixing up a lot more spray inks. I've been using some dye re-inkers because I have a drawer full of them, dye-based re-inkers. Marvy Matchables are the ones that I have, and they are, you know, eons old, and they're just making great little spray ink deals. So I picked these up. It was $2, which is $1 each, which is, you know, more than I want to spend really, but it's okay. They look pretty good. I don't know. They're kind of heavy, you know, well made. So we'll see. And then I got a couple of dropper bottles just for some different options for applying the inks. And the same with, these are the little squeeze bottles, and they come with the tiny tips. So those might be fun to put something in there and squeeze it through that tiny tip. And what I got, okay, I had to pick up one of these Frixion pens. These are the ones, they're the Pilot Frixion. They're an erasable pen, you know, which is, I'm not really all about erasable pens because the ink tends to be kind of bleh to me. It's not really smooth. So I never would have bought one of these had I not seen Christy Sobolewski's video where she writes with this pen and then you heat the ink up, you know, like with your heat gun, and it disappears. Kid you not. Disappears. How cool is that? I think that is just fabulous for, you know, like right now I'm drawing some mandalas, and it's a lot of just, you know, I always doodle in pencil before I do the final pen thing, and you have to go back and erase all your pencil lines. If I did it with these, I could still erase while I'm working, but then when I'm done and I, you know, use like maybe colored pencil or marker or whatever over it, just heat it up, and then the lines disappear. Now she did say that they will come back if the page gets really cold, like freezing cold, but I don't normally store my journals in the freezer, so I'm thinking that this will be fine. So yeah, I'm gonna give these a try, and thanks to Christy, or should I blame Christy or thank her? I don't know. I'll have to see. If I really, really like them, I'll thank her, and if I'm not impressed, I'll blame her. How's that? Okay. We'll just go with that. Alright, that was Hobby Lobby. And the last thing is from the thrift store I stopped at. You know, I was looking for the Hannah Montana book, which they did not have, but I'm glad that they didn't, because when I got home, several people had suggested look it on Amazon. Sure enough, it was on there for $1. I think it was $1.30, and I had to order a whole bunch of other stuff, regular stuff I needed anyway, so it was free shipping. $1.30. It's on its way. So, got my Hannah Montana book, but not at the thrift store. I did get some other things. Let me move stuff out of the way so I can get to them. Okay, I found these cute bowls. These are Solana-ware bowls from like the 50s. They were $1 each. and they were like super nasty. I mean, it looked like someone had made, you know, French onion soup and with the thing on top and the cheese, and then baked it in the oven, and then ate the soup, and then set it on the shelf there at the thrift store. That's how gross they were. But I knew they would clean up just fine. There's a little bit of wear on the edges, but there's no cracks or chips. This one has a ton of crazing in it, but I actually love that look. I love when that happens because to me it just looks like it's been crackle painted. So these are fun. I love the color. I love the way they feel. You know, they're vintage Solano ware, which is cool, and I will use them. They're going to go in my kitchen. I will actually use these. I think they would make good, they're a little small for soup mugs, but they could be a soup mug, but like a little ice cream dish, you know, for little desserts or something. I don't know. I just like them. They're pretty. And then I got this for 50 cents. You hardly ever see these. This is an old aluminum wherever muffin tin, and these are actually kind of awesome. And I have been looking for, you know, an old aluminum one like this for quite a while. And now this one won't go in my kitchen. I'm not going to be using it, but just to either hold stuff or to alter or something. So this is just all kinds of fun. This also was disgusting. The back of this, all around each one of these cups and all along the edge was this thick black, I don't know what. I mean, I had to like chisel it off to get it to come off. You know what it looked like? It looked like someone had tried that thing on Pinterest where you put the cookie dough on the back side here and you bake it and you make a cookie cup, and they tried it and it failed miserably. So again, without washing it, they just dropped this off at the thrift store. I'm not sure, but it was really strange that it was just around here and here on the back side. This side of it, it was okay. So it was a little odd, but I'm excited about that because I have been kind of keeping an eye out for one of those. I bought 2 purses, but I can't really show them to you because I've already taken them apart. That's why I bought them. Here's what's left of the 2 purses that I bought. They were $5 each, and they're leather, and that's why I got them. I've been looking for some leather to use for, well, a Midori type notebook, if I can find some thick enough leather, or just any kind of journal. This purse, if you can tell what it looked like, you know, this one here was shaped like that, you know, had the strap, you get it, right? Okay, took it apart, took out the lining, used a seam ripper to take these off. I'm going to save these. I don't know what I'll do with them, but I don't know. I'll do something with them. But when I started taking it apart, this just started looking like a book all in itself. You know, I'm going to have to trim these off, but look, can you see it? Okay. And this may even work for Midori because the leather down here is much heavier than this, so it'll hold the elastic. And this will have to be, you know, squared up. It's going to need to have some trimming done. Square that up, cut that off, so, you know, I won't have those. And then you've just got instant journal. The more I think about it, this is perfect for a Midori. I'm going to do that with this. It's going to be kind of an odd size, and I'm okay with that. I'll use a Midori style binding, put it that way. So there's that. And then this, I don't know, it could be some kind of closure. Maybe not for this journal, but for another one. Put a little something there. Yeah. So anyway, that one is just perfect for what I need. And then I found this blue one. This one was a drawstring, you know, round bag, drawstring bag. and I pulled the strings out and saved them. These two pieces were around the bottom, and I wasn't going to save them because they're kind of small, but then I looked at them and thought, you know, that's just about the right size for some kind of leather cuff or something. I better keep those. So I'm keeping these. And this was the strap, which I will keep because you just sometimes need a blue leather strap. And these are the two, the front and the back panel of the purse. And I'm not sure if you can tell, I have cleaned up this one. This one I have not. This is what it looked like when I got it. And you may not be able to tell, but it is really scuffed. See all these marks? Some of it just needs to be cleaned off. I haven't cleaned this yet, but most of these are wear marks where it's just worn off, worn through the dye. And those don't clean off. But if you get some old leather like this, and it is a little bit narfed up, I don't mind this, you know, because it's worn, it's distressed, I like it. But if you want to clean it up, fix it up a little bit, what you can do is clean it with, if you have Murphy's oil soap, that makes a really good leather cleaner. I was out of Murphy's oil soap, so I used a furniture oil. It was like Pledge orange oil. I use that to clean it, and that works fine too. Like Old English, any kind of furniture oil, you can clean your leather with that. And once it's clean, you to cover up these scuff marks, you know, the ones that are just dirt or icky, they'll come off. But these others that are actual scuff marks, what I did to cover those, you can see the difference. I know, you really can't. My camera doesn't focus up close, and then there's glare, but you're just going to have to trust me. Got this one cleaned up, and then to hide the scuff marks, I found this marker, this pit marker, that's about the same color as the leather. It's not exact, and if the light hits it just right, you can kind of see the variations, but it actually looks kind of cool. And all I did was, okay, let me find, maybe this one. Can you see that one? Just went in and did that. And those little scuff marks just completely disappear. Ta-da! So, I'm going to clean this one. Actually, after I clean it, I'm going to let it, I'll probably dampen it a little bit and then let it sit under some weight for a couple of days. I left this one just for a few hours and it did help, but they need to be weighted down for a couple of days so that they'll be flat. And, you know, do the marker thing, clean it up. Then I'm thinking these would be cool if I sew them together, you know, right there, and then they would make a cool book cover, you know, or journal cover that opens like this. And then I'm going to leave these and somehow do some kind of fun closure. I don't know, maybe use the lacy thing again. It would be kind of a pain to have to relace it every time, but I don't know. I'm going to see what I can come up with, but I'm definitely going to leave the grommets. It would also work too to have the binding this way, make it a, you know, that kind of deal where it opens like this, and then I could poke holes in the pages and lace this up for the binding that way. You know what? That might actually be smarter. I think I'll do that. That would be smarter. That would be easier. I don't know. Anyway, I've got options. I've got ideas. You know, then I could use a piece of this for the closure or something. I don't know. So anyway, I've got my two good pieces of leather to work with for journals. And I found this keepsake recipe collection. Anytime I find books like this that are like you know, a compilation of people's favorite recipes. If I can get them cheap, and this one I got for 25 cents, I buy them. And that is because usually these are everyone's, you know, favorite recipes that they put in these little books. They're ones that they've tried and that they like, and they're usually pretty good. I mean, I actually sometimes use the recipes out of here. You know, of course you can use it for collage bits or whatever, but sometimes the recipes are actually really good. And you can find some interesting ones that you've never heard of before because, you know, they're from Great Aunt Ida or whatever. So that's why I got that. And I don't even know what this is, and okay, whatever. But it's what I do. Now, I didn't find Hannah Montana like I told you, but I found something so much better. Communication Arts is a fabulous magazine, and when I used to work at the church where I did some of the graphic design type stuff, I had a subscription, but it had to lapse after I left there because these are expensive. They're like $20 an issue. I mean, something just outrageous. I'm not even sure. They're expensive, but they have the most amazing pictures in them, illustrations, photographs. They have samples of papers. I love that. They're just visually visually inspiring. I love these. Yeah, these make me happy. These always make me happy. This was actually the only communication arts magazine that they had. I grabbed it. They also had these Graphic Design USA magazines, 3 of those, which are very similar to the communication arts. They are just full of visual funness. These are great. And, okay, so I got 4 magazines, and then I got these. These are the yearly communication arts annuals that they put out. I got a couple of their advertising annuals, which are full of, you know, they pick like the best of the year in advertising and publish that. I got a 1 photography annual and 2 illustration annual. Look at this page. They have some really cool ads. It's an ad for Cougar paper, and look, the cougar has claws cut through it. Clever! Another illustration. Whoops! Oh, no, this is an annual. This is the Graphic Design USA, not the magazine, but this is their annual. And this is the Communication Arts Design Annuals. I got 4 of those. And these are 25 bucks each when you buy them. Now, they are outdated. I think the most recent is from 2007. So they're several years old. You know, they're not current, but they're still very cool. You know, the pictures are definitely not outdated or out of style or anything like that. So these were awesome. And I wasn't really sure if they were going to charge me the magazine price or the book price for them. I would have bought them either way, but they were on the bookshelf. They were not on the magazine rack, but it might have been because they were so heavy and there's so many of them, because altogether there's 14, you know, $14, $20 magazines here. And I paid a grand total of $3.50 for all of them. So yeah, they charged me 25 cents each for all of this goodness. I left there feeling like I had just robbed a bank, really, is what I felt like. So, but, you know, that was, I didn't cheat anyone. That was their price. I would have paid, like the book price, I think would have been $1 each. I would have paid $1 each for them. This was like the deal of the day. Now, I do have a little issue with where to put them right now. You know, I can find some place to stick them, but I have a rule in my house. We don't accumulate full magazines. We don't keep full magazines. We read them, we pull out whatever we want to keep from them, and then we get rid of them, because if you don't do that, they will take over your life. So I am going to have to sit down and look through these and just pull out the pages that I want to either keep or pass on to someone else. And it's going to take some time. You know, there's 14 of them here. And I have to ooh and ah over each page before I decide whether or not to keep it. So, yeah, I've got my work cut out for me there. But I was very excited to grab these. This is very, very exciting. And that is all I have for today and this wonderful haul. And I will see you again soon. The end.